Right, so I'm going to take you through a fun medium course from the Beretta Gold Cup. This is stage 18. And I'll show you how I planned it. So in IPSC, you are not allowed to walk within the shooting area before the designated walkthrough, which is typically between 3 and 5 minutes, which means you don't have a whole lot of time to form a plan when you're actually able to look inside of the fault lines like we would in USPSA or three gun. So what we have here is the tool that I use. It's basically, I have an iPad Pro and I have an app called Notability. There's others like it. It's basically turning the iPad into a notepad, and you can use the Apple Pencil in order to make some annotations. So this is the stage as it's published, and you can see there is a picture. And you'll see with the video that it's not actually really accurate, which is common for especially more complicated stages. Nothing on the stage designer. It's just when you put the stage on the ground, you find out, oh, I actually have to move this target here or that target there, or that doesn't really work. So specifically, you'll see with this stage there, this picture's not really useful. So what I can do sometimes is I will modify the picture and just scratch this out. Oh, this isn't here, or move this target here. In this case, I basically just decided to draw a new stage. And you can see my excellent artist skills here. And this is the plan that I decided to use from watching people in the pre-match and just looking and seeing what I could see. So some significant differences. Um, so these targets over here, these plates were actually not right in that location. They were further over here, so it changed how you were going to shoot it. Um, Basically a whole bunch of different stuff. So this was my first draft of a plan, and what I'll do is I'll outline targets in red and align to where I'm going to engage them from, and significant stopping points I will mark with a circle, or the starting point I will mark with an X. So if I'm going to shoot an array, I'll just circle all the targets in that array with red and draw a line to where I'm going to engage it. The initial first plan that I saw based on seeing some pre-match shooters and just kind of an idea of what I was going to do, started over here in the back right corner of the stage, shot some stuff, went over here to the front left, up through this port, shot a whole bunch, and then up and around. There were two targets that had to be engaged from this area of the stage. That would be this one back here and this one up here. One thing of note also, you'll look and see if you're used to competitive shooting, there's we call it a 180 in the US. In IPSC, it's the 90-degree rule. And actually, in this case, the safety angles were denoted by these flags. So you're actually allowed to shoot backwards, and you kind of had to shoot this target here. And you'll see that on the video of the stage run itself. Um, but this isn't, when I looked at the stage again, I shot this on my second day, so I watched more shooters on the first day shoot this stage. I came up with a plan that was a little bit simpler. So instead of four positions with a big sort of hook moving around the wall, turned out if you started over here, you could shoot a lot through the first aperture, shoot a lot on the move on the back here, just sort of stop here to shoot a couple things, then go back up and around, and you'd have the target to your rear, and then you can do this whole sequence, starting off with actually activating this target here. I'll take you through drawing out the plan that I actually ran. So I identified, and the nice thing is I can duplicate something I've drawn and make a few different options here. And so what I identified is if I start here in this corner, I can see these targets. Whoops. And that's how you erase it. I can see this popper, which activates the swinger, these two plates, which can be seen, these two plates here, which can be seen from here, here, up here. This target has to be shot from somewhere around here. And then, so that kind of informed how I was going to take the first position. And then I could move and shoot this and this through here. This target can be seen, this guy can be seen all through here and through here from anywhere in the shooting area. So it's pretty neat how they design the stage. You have a way, like a whole lot of options on how you're going to do it. I'll get rid of this highlighting here. So I decided that it was best to take care of a lot on the move and then just shoot the last stuff that I had to from the front, so turning it into only three positions. So that means I started, actually, my first target was this popper, and I shot that from the start right out the gate. through the aperture in the wall. It doesn't line up because I'm not very good at drawing stuff. And then I shot these two plates and this, it was actually a mini target, all from that spot. And I set that up so that I could, if I really wanted to, so that I could shoot this target here while I was backing out, but it was a mini target, and that ended up not really being what I did. I'll switch over to blue, and that indicates movement, and I made basically a straight line to the back of the stage 2 right here, and I marked stops with a little circle. While I was moving, I shot this target and this target through this aperture, and so the target in the back was a full size, and this was a mini, but it was fairly close, so I shot those on the move. Then coming through this aperture right here, I took on the move this target and this target, and that set me up. I shot this target first, this target second, and that set me up so that when I stopped, I could shoot this guy right here, back up and around, stopping right, not quite that angle, stopping right here. On the way in, I shot this popper. I'll switch to red, just what I use for targets. This popper, which activates this swinger. But as a timing target, I also shot this mini target back here. So I came in and shot here, here, came back, and the swinger was out. At this point, this swinger here, which had a no shoot on it as well, not super aggressive, um, that was pretty much static. So I just shot, after I shot this swinger here, I shot the next swinger, and then finished up by shooting this mini target that was to the left that had to be shot from the front position. And that was how I finished it out. So that's how I planned out this stage. It worked out pretty well. I managed to pull a stage win, but there were a lot of options and a lot of different ways that people shot this, and this was definitely a good plan, I think, for PCC. But shooting with a pistol, you might be better served to make an extra position, maybe somewhere like over in here, and shoot these plates from there because they were visible. Shoot some of this stuff from the back instead of the front, so you'd shoot a little bit better points. So overall, a really good medium course, and I'm pretty happy with the plan I came up with and how I shot it. So hang out for just a sec. You'll see the actual execution on POV camera.
You're ready. Stand by. If you're finished unloading.
I hope I'm finished.